is the wrong thing. Spermatic cord.
Let's going to start up here. Let's finish this first.
Okay. Is this a urinary bladder?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Colon.
We're going to start up here.
Getting excited, I'm sorry. Ours is really tough. Is that normal?
He's a fighter. Okay. So where's the pancreas?
Pancreas, is it under here?
And that part, and what else? It's all that, and it goes down.
Right here?
No. Really? No, that's the intestine.
Oh, yeah, okay. Is it this over here?
Nope.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
I can't get it. So it goes across this way, and it goes down. So right next to that intestine, there's pancreas. So point to the down part.
Oh, this?
Yep.
Okay, this is all the pancreas.
Yeah, all the pancreas.
Okay.
Okay. For the small intestine, we're going to come off the stomach. And the first part's going to be the
duodenum.
Okay, all this out here. How'd I say I was asked this in lecture?
You said it.
Jejunum. And then when we get to the large intestine, that part of this will be
Ileum.
All right, all the stuff in between, holding everything together. Holding everything together.
The
Mesentery. Okay, on the large intestine, if the pin is stuck in the very tip here, that's the cecum. The connection between the ileum and the cecum section, if it's between that, then that's the ileocecal valve. If the pin is kind of in this area but not at the tip and doesn't have a card that says curve, that's the ascending colon. And on yours, we'll kind of twist it a little bit here. So let's say this is the curve, so there would be a curve card, and this is the hepatic flexure. And then going straight across would be the transverse colon. And then on this side, let's say that's the curve, splenic flexure. And then down here, descending colon. So that's all for the large intestine.
Oh, wow.
Okay, for the urinary structures, we have the urinary bladder. Make sure you don't put bladder because we have another bladder, which is the gallbladder. So urinary bladder has to be all there. If we pull on the urinary bladder, you should see a little bit of movement down here. I need to clean this up. Okay, so there's these two tubes that come off the urinary bladder here and here. Actually, they come to them, and that's the ureters. And then there's a tube that goes away on the front, and that's going to be the urethra. We're going to need to spend some time cleaning this up. There's this skinny tube right down here. That's the urethra. And then we have the kidney.
I don't have enough storage to record.
All right, on the kidney, you have the renal capsule on the outside. You have the two layers, the cortex and the medulla. This would be the hilum, because it should have been this way and cut this way. So this is the hilum, where things come in and out.
Can you record? I don't.
And then on the layers and the medulla, we've got three things that you kind of have to know where they are. Okay, so in the medulla, you've got the pyramids, which are the sections of the kidney. So you can kind of see the sections are divided out by these arteries and veins. So each one of these is a pyramid. The entire base portion down here, that's the renal pelvis, so that shiny portion. And then between the pelvis and the pyramid, we're going to call that connection point there the calyx. So pelvis, renal pyramid, and in between at the little arch is the calyx, renal calyx. All right, for reproductive parts, the fur down closer to the tail, that's the scrotum. Did you take that fur off? Did you cut it?
Oh.
Okay. When you cut it, underneath is going to be the testes. This front fur part, there's a little hole there. If you cut that open, you'll see the flat tube of the penis. And then you've got two spermatic cords, one here and one here. And they're going to run up and they're going to go through the abdominal cavity, through an opening, and that's called the inguinal canal. So there's two of them, one on each side. And there'll be like a I put a toothpick through mine, so there'll be something like that through there, and I have a card that says opening. And then when it comes out, what you're looking for here, in terms of the reproductive part, is the little tube that's going to curve over. It almost looks like an artery, but it's not. And so this is the vas deferens. So that comes from the spermatic cord, comes up, overlaps, or goes over the ureter that's right here. So this is the vas deferens, goes around it. So anything that loops over the ureter, that's the vas deferens.